warm welcome to the Astro Week hosted by Eco Astronomy Inc. and the Astrobiology and Paleontology Certifications Program. Today marks as a day 23 of this exciting lecture series for the South Asian region. Today we are moving a very last part of the lecture. On behalf of it, session's topic gonna be empowering next generation spacesuit design. As we venture into this special talk, we are honored to introduce a distinguished guest speaker from our special team, Salam Abu Alhaija. Let me highlight a very brief intro about today's our special person. Salam is a pioneer, a Jordanian mechanical engineer and astronaut, a candidate selected for 2029 mission. As a founder and CEO of MENA, she is at the forefront advancing space science and educating in region. Under her leadership, the MENA Analog Mission, the first such an initiative in Jordan, is cultivating a next generations of talented by the empowering women and youth in STEM field. Her work as an analog astronaut bridged the gap between religion, ambitions, and the global space exploration, positioning her as a key figure in shaping the future of the space research in the Middle East and then North Africa. With that being said, I would like to invite this young, talented researcher to address Eco Astronomy Inc. International platform. Dear Salam, now it's your time. You can get started.
Thank you so much for this amazing introduction, and thank you for this panel where I can see students and people are interested in space and maybe learning a little bit more about spacesuit design. Thank you for presenting and being in this session. My name is Salam Abu Alhaija, and I'm originally from Jordan. Currently I am not in Jordan, but I'll be back in a few days. I am a spacesuit designer, mechanical engineer, as well as someone selected to go to space and in 2029 fully. And currently I work with a lot of students who are just like you, interested in learning more about space and doing some applications like satellites, analog missions, and a lot of other things that are interesting in space. So today I'm going to be presenting more about my whole journey to space exploration and how can you start. You don't have to copy everything, but at least as a student, you might be inspired and start more finding your own path in order to be in the space industry, because it is a niche industry and it's a very exciting way to start your career, because space is the harshest environment that people will ever experience. So if you can be an engineer, a doctor, technology expert, or even a scientist in space, that means Earth is a piece of cake for you. And it's very easy. You can tackle any hard times and any obstacles on Earth if you managed to solve them in space. So from dream to reality, my journey to space exploration, starting off, so it was for me a very, very childhood dream since I was, I believe I was second grade when I wanted to be an astronaut. And I kept saying to my family and everyone around me, I want to be an astronaut, even though we don't have a space agency, we don't have space programs in Jordan, we don't have any kind or signs that there is a space industry coming up, especially when I'm talking about 20 years ago, like 20 years ago, or at least 19 or 18 years ago, it wasn't there. And I was keeping all the time telling people that I wanted to be an astronaut, even though I didn't know, I didn't see or witnessed any evidence of this industry to come. And then after this, I think 20 years later, I ended up being the first person to initiate this in Jordan and bring a lot of people together towards it. So I used to sit down on my window looking at the moon and saying, if no one has done it before, that means I need to be the first. I need to initiate it and start something in Jordan, because if if nobody took the courage and just initiated something, people will always say, we are not there, we haven't started, not because we can't, but because nobody started it and took the leap towards it. Later on, in 2023, I had the chance to visit Boca Chica Starbase in Texas in the United States, and I looked to the same moon I used to look at, or lunar, from the Rocket Science Garden. That was a beautiful moment for me because I felt like, okay, I'm stepping into this dream. I am taking the first leap and the first early steps toward being in the space industry. And that was a very inspiring moment for me. And I love to share it with everyone around the world, just to tell them that it's not impossible. Even if people laughed at you, they thought that you're crazy, saying you're going to space, or saying you wanted to design a rocket or design a satellite. Just don't believe them. Believe in your journey. Believe in yourself, because that's what works. Afterward, I wanted to give you a practical steps that turns this passion into action, because just dreaming and saying that you wanted to be an astronaut is not enough, and you need to take some actions and do real steps in order to start getting into there, not just dreaming and staring to the moon all the time. It could start like this, but you need to do the steps, the actions. So I decided to study mechanical engineering when I was at my senior year. Sorry, when I was at high school. I decided to study mechanical engineering because after doing the research, I realized that NASA and ESA and or the space agencies, they usually have astronauts with mechanical engineering background. And that helped me a lot, just choose out of or among of different specialties, which one I wanna specialize in. I am a person who loves design. I love to do things. So I find out that mechanical engineering is the right way. Then at my senior year in mechanical engineering, I participated in a competition to design a spacesuit. And this suit that you're seeing here was my first ever suit, just a motorcycle helmet, putting some glue on it to add a neck or neck connector to a fabric that looks like a spacesuit. It's not a spacesuit even, but it was something based on a prototype, just to prove the concept that we can do something out of nothing. And this suit was there to solve some challenges arise by NASA, like dust mitigation, fogging in the helmet, and the cooling system that they needed active. Okay, then the second picture is for two suits that I've designed for Asclepius. Asclepius is an analog mission that happens with EPFL University in Switzerland. I was part of them, and I designed these two suits for their second mission. After this, I became officially a spacesuit designer, not the real suit, but at least the training suit, because I started learning about suits, the environmental control life support systems within the suit, the fabrication, the layer, the cooling system, and all of these details of the suit that made me become a spacesuit designer. This was my first ever presentation in Wadi Rum, where I added the layers. This suit was almost 4 layers. I barely, could breathe in it. But then we won this competition, and that was the first beautiful leap into this world. This is the second two suits that was tested in their analog mission in Switzerland. And this is the artwork that was happened inside the analog mission. One of the astronauts, I think her name is Tatiana Lupis. That's her name. She drew all of these amazing artwork for the suits. Moving forward, this was the fourth spacesuit that I designed with a team in Jordan and with a company that funded this project called Blink. So the suit, as if you can see, the development started to be seen. Like we're getting closer to the NASA suits. We have a hard upper torso. We're getting into the shape even more. It's no longer a motorcycle helmet. No, we're bringing real helmets. We're adding some devices, some electronics. We added a cooling system, filters, communication systems, and everything that gives a life to this training suit as something that the astronauts or analog astronauts could be able to wear and test, or at least wear and be in an analog mission. So this suit was also tested and designed in Jordan. It was tested in Wadi Rum. Wadi Rum, it's a location that the Martians movie was filmed in, which looks exactly like Mars, as if you can see. And next month, we're going to be performing our first ever analog mission in this exact same location. Moving forward, after like 1 year, I redesigned something to Asclepius for their third mission, and it was, I mean, you can see the development of the suits becoming more obvious. And now this is the final look that we reached with the suit that are non-pressurized, which is a hard upper torso, and we're developing the lower torso, but it gives you the exact feeling of being in a suit and performing activities outside the vehicle, which is EVA, extravehicular activity, and how can you actually feel the pain of carrying so much weight and not being comfortable with the gloves and the shoulders and the hard upper torso. But we had a ventilation system and cooling system within the suit that they can breathe and still perform in a very beautiful way outside the mission. Moving forward, so yeah, this is the activities they were doing in the suit and their analog mission. I think that was 2024. Yeah, that was 2024. Doing so much things outside the habitat and also inside the habitat. Moving forward, becoming Jordan's first trainee and analog astronaut, and finally astronaut candidate. So for me, like, I got a training with IIAS, which is International Institutes for Astronautical Science, and that happened in 2023. Afterward, I started, doing some other stuff like becoming an analog astronaut, and finally, of course, got nominated with Titan Space Industry to go to space very soon when they are ready to launch their technologies. Meeting a lot of amazing people among the space industry and wearing a pressurized suit for the first time. That was an amazing journey. By the way, everyone can do this. This is something that it's open for all students. You just can go to their website and apply to be IIAS member, and you can get the training that you're seeing in the picture. So it's not something that it's hard and unapplicable. It just needs your a little bit of search and investment, either from you or people around you who wanted you to become an astronaut or to help you train. This is my second experience in space, which was, we lived in this habitat, as you can see, for 10 days in Arizona, the Mojave Desert in the United States, with a full crew, female crew together. We lived there, we did EVAs, we did stargazing. It was an amazing journey. It was hard though, because we had to, we never spoke to our families during these 10 days. It was really harsh. I was the only engineering officer in this mission, and I had to do all the engineering works because the rest of the team, they were in the medical field and other different fields. I was me and another person. We were the only people. She was a pilot and I was the mechanical engineer. So I felt a little bit responsible for most of the maintenance and taking care of the habitat and fixing the sink and the toilet and doing all of the typical mechanical engineer can do in the mission. And these analog missions definitely train us to live with a team in space and to be able to, like, someone who you can count on and someone you can trust, someone with expertise who can share it in harsh times and the time needed. So that's the kind of experience I got with this team, and it was an amazing experience. Experiencing the difference in temperature between night and morning was also another thing, because in the morning it was, not in the morning, let's say in the afternoon, it was extremely hot, but in the evening it was extremely cold. And this difference in temperature gives you the feeling of the harness and how hard space is. Moving forward, this is the certificate I have received. Taking our mission globally, speaking for young minds. I went to some conferences in the US, talking about the power of inclusion of young... Can you try again? Sorry, that's my Siri. So talking about the power of inclusion of people just like myself and you as students from all over the world, how you can change the world, how you can definitely bring more people with you. And from that, I think these stuff are a little bit old for me, because right now we have a lot of things going on, but I really wanted to share it. This is part of the touring I was doing with my friends, space friends, meeting them. Maybe you are recognizing some of them, some astronauts, some ambassadors who are in the space industry, Dr. Sam Proctor, Inspiration 4, and a lot of other people that they work in the space industry in the US, meeting them all. Going forward, that was my dream coming to reality, because I really wanted to visit this building, like, and see it in reality. It's not hard, because you can just book a ticket and go to Florida in the US and then visit the visitor center. But for me, due to the visa and all of these things and going there funding wise, it was a dream coming true. And I was really happy and grateful for this opportunity that I got to visit NASA. And some of the pictures that just passed away for the Star Base, which is Boca Chica, Texas, visiting the Starship, the known and popular Starship that it's going to space. Like, it is like under trials and under testing to go to space and becoming maybe our future of transportation. Building MENA, a team with a vision. Here we're as the nonprofit I built already. MENA, it's an inspiration for the next generation. It's a nonprofit community. It is started in the MENA region, specifically in Jordan, but we are welcoming people from all over the world. We have people from Pakistan, we have people from Europe, we have people from the United States, from Africa, we have people from all over the world. Of course, the percentage of the people that we have, mostly from the MENA region and specifically from Jordan, but we're expanding with time. We're going to be opening some branches for MENA, so it's MENA US, MENA Europe, MENA Africa, MENA whatever. So we're just expanding, because the concept of MENA is becoming people are welcoming this, and they wanted to see more volunteers doing to the world through MENA and its vision. So it is the inspiration for next generation. We do a lot of things. I'm not going to introduce myself again. But in the last few years, I presented our project to His Majesty King Abdullah and Crown Prince Hussein. So that was a beautiful moment for me to inspire the Jordanian that yes, we can take the attention of people in leadership and people with decisions, and we can do something. And I want you to take this picture as something that you can relate to if you wanted to present something that is valuable to your management or whatever leaders in your country. So I can tell you that it's applicable, and you can do it, and people will support you whenever you're doing something for your team. So that was the very short video. But moving forward, I tried my best to talk about this in all media. I think I have some other medias, but I'm not sharing them all. But I tried my best to tell them that, hey, people, I'm here. You can see me. If you can't, I'm on the TV. I want you to know that space needs to be existed in Jordan. And people need to see that we have enough youth interested in space, and you need to pay attention for them. Whether they are women, whether they are young or males, they need to be seen and actually supported by the community and the global community as well, in order for them to give an amazing solutions for space and Earth. So that was my message here. That's my team. I think we are over 200. I think right now we're 220 or 225 people working in MENA, Jordan's first nonprofit. We're doing the Analog Mission. We just hosted NASA Space App Challenge in Amman. We're doing a lot of other things. You can definitely follow us on Instagram and see our activities, where we're also having some curriculum. This is the organization structures that we have. We have a lot of teams. We have a design and engineering team. We have R&D, our agri-tech, science and experiments. We have medical and safety, mission control team, astronaut training. We have a lot of people from Jordan, from the Arab world, from Europe, from the United States that are helping us and actually advising us on how to move forward. Those are people behind the scene. You may recognize some of the faces from all over the world. We're hosting and bringing people together just to learn from them. We ask them to teach us. Our vision is very beautiful. We wanted to train and educate people in different sectors. We're applying space into STEM, science, technology, engineering, and in our case, it's not mathematics, it's medicine. We're trying to connect medicine because space medicine, it is something that it's extremely important to be, featured. We do a lot of activities, which one of it is the Space Analog Mission, and the most important, we have also this system, which is Space for Youth through STEM, our curriculum, where we target youth in different universities and different schools. Right now, we are teaching some youth in schools. This is the syllabus that we're giving. It is going to be online very soon, but by giving you this, I want you to just get inspired to expand as much as you can, learn and spread this education that you've got with, or share it with another people, especially the young generation, because you're going to inspire them when you tell them about the space exploration, the careers, the science and experiments are doing in space, sustainable food and agriculture, how actually the sustainable food, the vertical farming and hydroponics and aquaponics, it is started in space. That's why we have them on Earth. It did not start on Earth. It was originally from space. So that's something we learned from it. Technology and robotics, that's something also we learned it and developed most in space. AI and machine learning could be applied, engineering and energy. I think the engineering of the rocket design, the International Space Station and everything can give you a beautiful example of engineering and energy. The habitats and smart cities where we want to colonize Mars or something, the medicine and human health, when the doctor is sick and you are on Mars and you are the only person to act, space can train you to be the doctor. So that's all. I don't want to make it so much hard for you. Aravinda, yes? Thank you so much for this amazing.
Thank you very much, Salam, for the very informative and very inspiring talk for the young generations. And I think like I'm also impressed like with your age, the things that you have been just already completed. Dear students, now we are opening for the Q&A sections. If you have any further questions, please raise your hand. By the way, Salam, I have a couple of questions to you. Like while you are just starting as a mechanical engineer in your career, so why you selected as a spacesuit design?
Well, it's kind of a coincidence. I can tell you back in college, I loved SolidWorks and I loved designing 3D stuff. Just working behind the scene and doing 2D, making them 3D and doing some assemblies. And then when I saw that competition, it had two sectors, either design a spacesuit or a Mars rover. And in my case, as a girl, like, come on, I'm gonna choose the outfit. I'm not gonna choose the car because I'm a girl. So I choose the outfit, which is the spacesuit and not the car. And because you started with something and that was the first thing I learned, I felt like, okay, that's me. That's where I'm gonna head. You know, this is my destination. That's how I felt it. But For other people, if they tried other things, they might not ended up being a spacesuit designer. They might be a rocket designers or a rover designers or a space shuttle designer. So it depends on their own like the things that they prefer.
I see. Thank you very much. And also, like, I know that you are just resident in Jordan in previously, and what kind of challenges that you have been faced as a girl to achieving this kind of target? Like, it's not that much easy, like woman in the space and inspiring the space, and same time you are trying to give much more opportunities to the others and creating something like your own business. And what make you inspire, and what are the challenges?
Okay, so challenges does exist. The important way is how you look at challenges. For me, there's like lack of funding is a challenge. Lack of interest is a challenge. People who laugh is a challenge, because every time you wanted to present something about space, they're gonna say, okay, why? Like, we don't care. Just care about Earth first. You don't have to go to space. We have a lot of things to deal with. We're having wars and crisis and a lot of things. People are in hunger. Like, don't care about space, just care about Earth. But my point of view is always, we're not caring. I don't care about space that much. I do care about Earth more, right? But you need to go the extra mile. You need to put yourself in a space environment in order to solve the situations and problems on Earth. That's the way I think. So the challenges that we have with the mindset around us, that they don't accept space, just telling them, I'm using space for the benefit of Earth. I am using these technologies and these therapeutics and being able to solve problems on Mars, for example, will give you the ability to solve the hardest problems on Earth easily. It's like piece of cake, as I said. It's something that reflects the ability of us, because we go the extra mile. So the challenges, again, it's how you look at it. Just keep pushing, just keep working. Don't hesitate for a moment, because you're working in space. That means you're not important. You are. And when time comes and people are asking you as an engineer or as a doctor to solve a problem, because you have experience in space, your mindset will be completely different, and your abilities as well. So you're going to be able to solve the problem way better than them. And I can guarantee this. So just tell them, I know what I'm doing. Be confident and walk through. Trust me, God will never, or whatever you believe in, will never put that dream in you if it wasn't meant to be yours. So if you think you are in space industry and you wanted to be an astronaut, or you love this is because he sees something in you and he wants you to do something for him, right? So that's my point of view regarding this.
Okay, and thank you for the answering the questions. And also, dear students, still we are opening for the Q&A sessions. And if you have any further questions about the developing your business as a young people, and also any kind of things which is relevant to the spacesuit designing, now it's open to the asking the question from our young researcher. And also, Salam, I noticed that you have been already visited to the biosphere. So what kind of experience that you're taking from that kind of analog stations?
Yeah, the analog missions is amazing. It's kind of designing a colony on Mars, and it's a simulation. The preparation of this mission is really interesting. You're bringing people together that they're working on something for the first time, but they are learning so much. It's a good experience for people to try space before going really to space, because they might never like it, or they might act in a very bad way. So we need to be prepared. These analog missions will help us as a humanity advance the way of acting when we go to space, because we're humans. People will in a few days in a confined area, closed room, people will smell bad, people will get angry, and you're gonna be spending all the time with people that you don't know, not your family, not your brothers, not your husband or wife, or not even your mother. So it's a totally different, and sometimes from a different nationality, from a different religion, from a different perspective, different language. So it's very hard for humanity to accept this. So the analog missions will help you adapt way before you go to space and give you the mindset that you can deal in any environment with any people, with any person, and you need to learn how to work in a team. And that's the core of having an analog mission. It is a psychological experiment. It is also a training simulation.
I see. If it is anyone who interested in become an analog astronaut or whatever jobs in space industry, what kind of advice that you are looking for? Because you have been already starting your career as a mechanical engineer. I know that even the NASA and other space agencies, they have some original job space which is relevant to the mechanical engineer, but you selected even the spacesuit designing and something like different. And with your experience, what kind of advice that you can give to the young people?
Yeah, so my current advice is use the tools that you have in your generation. People, they were dreaming of having AI and tools that gives you the information very easily. Just go and use them. Don't start from zero. That's my advice. Don't start from zero. Start from where people has reached. If they reached AI, start from AI. You go search, you go learn like very fast. You don't have to memorize everything. Just to try to understand whatever you want as fast as you can. So use the tools that there already exists. Start learning specific things. Don't be general. Being general will just get you lost. You need to be specific with the things you want. So, okay, I want to go to space. Then I want to be an astronaut. Then start learning how to be an astronaut. I want to be in space, like work in space. Then I want to be an engineer. Okay, decide what kind of engineering you want. What kind of a specialty are you? A system engineer? Are you a spacesuit engineer? Are you a robotics engineer? Then, or are you drone engineer, satellite? Are you designing rockets? Be very specific. Even when you get into that, like spacesuit designer, okay, what part of the suit I want to be working on? And then get deeper and deeper. The more you are specialized, the more you are fit to the community or to the industry, because people don't want general. They want people with the specific skills so they can complete tasks. So be as specific as you can with time. Don't think that these things will come in 1 year. You will need 5, 7, maybe 10 years to be that person. But if you start now with this mindset and baby steps, then you're here. In 10 years from now, people will saying, okay, hi, how are you? Are you the mechanical engineer who is experienced and the habitat helmet of the spacesuit? We need to hire you. That's how it works. You need to be as specialized as you can. Use the tools. Don't start from zero. You don't need to learn everything. Trust me, you don't need to read all the books in the world about rocket design. You don't need to read all the Stephen Hawking books or learning about astronomy. You don't need to be like an expert in electrical engineering and to be expert in all. Just be expert in your thing, and you're gonna reach as fast as you never imagined.
Thank you very much, Salam, for the very informative and inspiring talk. And I feel like all the students were truly enjoying the Q&A sessions also. And dear students, still we are just opening for the Q&A. And if you have any further question, you can just pass into our WhatsApp group or our email, and then I can just pass into the Salam. And at the end, I want to thank you very much, Salam, for accepting our invitation. I feel like this is your second time you are just representing over here, and your devotions, time, and everything. And we are wishing very all the best. And also, dear students, after these sessions, we are continuing the Politics of Sri Lanka third part, and make sure to stay tuned after the end of the session. And again, Salam, and we wishing you very all the best. And I hope like in the future we can just keep touch with you, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Arvanda, for your initiative, for bringing students together. And please text me with any questions they have. Email it to me, and I will definitely be able to answer.